waking up to a soaker.
Yeah, Dave is going to be tracking the forecast, and of course that's going to impact your commute, so we'll keep you updated all morning long, starting at what time, Latrice?
It starts at 4:30. We'll see you then.
Some good folks to wake up to there. An auction house is offering some items once owned by former First Lady Jackie Kennedy. It's part of a rare Watches and American Icons New York sale. Now, Jackie wore the Cartier Tank watch for many years. The watch is a highlight of the sale and was a gift from her brother-in-law, Prince Stanislaw Radziwill, in 1963. The watch features the original engraving to Jackie. The watch will also be accompanied by a 1963 painting by Jackie. Pre-sale estimate could be up to $120,000, they say. Thank you for watching Live at 5 this afternoon. Here's a preview of Live at 5:30.
Tropical storm Cindy gained strength overnight, moving closer to the Gulf Coast, bringing heavy rain and flooding. How or if the storm will impact our weather. Plus, the Georgia inmates accused of killing 2 corrections officers and sparking a massive manhunt were in court today. We'll tell you what one district attorney says should happen to the inmates.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News live at 5:30. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Lori Mitchell, in for Cindy Sexton tonight. From the Florida Panhandle to eastern Texas, people along the northern Gulf Coast are keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Cindy.
Forecasters say the storms could bring life-threatening flash flooding. Already claimed 1 life. In fact, there are multiple videos into the newsroom showing just how bad the flooding is. Water covers road in Louisiana. Heavy winds knocked down several trees in Florida. NBC's Jay Gray has more on the storm's path.
High surf and heavy rains continue to pound the Gulf Coast. Tropical Storm Cindy pushing closer to the shoreline, bringing the potential for high winds, floodwaters, and tornadoes from Houston through the Florida Panhandle.
Being on alert is really important. We will still see heavy rain and localized flooding.
The biggest threat from Cindy is torrential rain. Some areas could see 10 to 12 inches over the next 24 hours. Too much water, too fast.
People all over the state of Louisiana, not just along the coast, should take it very seriously because it has the potential to drop an awful lot of rain all the way through as it moves north.
Parts of Louisiana are already dealing with severe flooding. Closer to the coast, crews are moving to higher ground.
Yeah, they're leaving. All the boats are tied up right now. They evacuated the Gulf where we work at.
Businesses all across the strike zone have closed down, millions bracing for what Cindy could bring to the region.
When you live in a beautiful place, the good Lord washes it off every now and then.
Cindy is expected to make landfall overnight near the Texas-Louisiana border. Now, even after that landfall, the potential for tornadoes and flooding rains will continue through the weekend across the region. Jay Gray, NBC News, New Orleans.
Thunderstorms brought heavy rain and flooding to the Atlanta metro area yesterday. Firefighters had to make a couple of rescues after a parking lot in Gwinnett County flooded. Thankfully, no one was injured. Remember, when you see water across the road, the saying is, turn around, don't drown.
With Tropical Storm Cindy expected to bring several inches of rain to the Tennessee Valley, road crews are in preparation mode.
Meteorologist Brittany Beggs spent the day with the Chattanooga Public Works crew getting ready for some possible flash flooding. Brittany?
Lori, Greg, it looks like Cindy will make landfall near Galveston, Texas late tonight and early Thursday morning. As Cindy weakens, though, and brings heavy rain to Tennessee, as you mentioned, Public Works tells me what residents can do now and during the event.
As Tropical Storm Cindy approaches, the Public Works Department is gearing up for the rain she will bring. The heaviest rain is expected Thursday and Friday, but crews are already at work.
Okay, we've got multiple crews throughout the city. We're focusing on primary routes first, in and out of the city, secondary routes, and then priorities as they arise.
To cut down on flooding, crews are spot checking routes.
Find a little bit of everything out here. Mainly on rain days when it rains a lot, we come out and make sure preventing the flooding. We prefer to do it when it's dry, more so in the rain.
Crews spent Wednesday cleaning out catch basins to ensure drivers and bicyclists won't run into any problems. It's a job that requires time spent in the streets. Richard Lester says it can be a dangerous job for his team when drivers don't pay attention.
Be mindful that workers ahead and slow down. That's our biggest problem, as you see cars just fly around and we in the street.
It's prep work that the team suggests homeowners consider. Clearing debris from any ditches or inlets on your property can prevent flooding and save you time on cleanup.
Besides calling Public Works at 311, if you don't want to chat, there is an app you can download and send them to the location that needs to be cleaned up. To track any also rain coming into our area, of course, you can download the WRCB weather app. It's another handy tool to have on your phone. In the studio, Brittany Beggs, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Brittany, thank you. New at 5:30, a reward is being offered for a business fire overnight. Officials believe the fire was intentionally set. It happened at Hammond Jones hardware store, that's in Lafayette. The reward is up to $10,000. A police officer was on patrol and saw the smoke and tried to put out the flames. The Lafayette Fire Department and the Walker State Prison Fire Department also responded. If you know anything about this fire, call that number on your screen. Benjamin Brewer got a new trial date set today in a brief hearing. His trial was supposed to start on Monday. The judge tentatively set the new date for 3 months from now on September 25th. A new jury will also be selected for the trial of the truck driver. Benjamin Brewer was charged with vehicular homicide after police say he crashed into stopped traffic on I-75 2 years ago, killing 6 people.
Republican Karen Handel won the special congressional election in Georgia's 6th district last night, fending off a challenge from Democrat Jon Ossoff in the traditionally Republican House district. The closely fought contest drew national attention and was the most expensive House race ever at more than $50 million spent by both sides. In her victory speech, Handel said the next thing they need to tackle is health care. She'll now fill the seat vacated by President Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price. She's the first Republican woman elected to Congress from the state of Georgia.
The state is seeking the death penalty for the inmates accused of killing 2 corrections officers and sparking a massive manhunt. We are getting a first look at their most recent mugshots this afternoon. Ricky DuBose and Donnie Rowe appeared in a Putnam County courtroom this morning. The Baldwin State Prison inmates were captured near Murfreesboro last week. They are accused of killing Christopher Monica and Curtis Ballou. A state representative told the judge they will be seeking the death penalty against the 2 men, but a formal notice of intent to seek the death penalty has yet to be filed. Still ahead, it's been a bad week for some of the major cell phone carriers. AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and several cable companies have reported many outages nationwide.
Our tech reporter explains how to find out what's going on and whether it's just you having connection problems. Stay with us.
My junior forecaster Brooklyn Sherrill and I are here to tell you all about this soon-to-be wet weather. And Brooklyn's got all the answers about how much rain we're going to be seeing, when, and that's all coming up next, live at 5:30.
Channel 3.
If you've seen several concerts across the city today, it's because many people are celebrating Make Music Day. People of all ages filled the city's parks and restaurants, playing live music, entertaining. The event started in France in 1982. It's grown to include more than 700 cities in 120 different countries. All the cities are given the freedom to celebrate Make Music Day in whatever way best represents their city's talent, people, and musical culture. Right here in Chattanooga, we had a demonstration at Coolidge Park.
It's the first time I've played here. I signed up to play at Coolidge Park, and I play a lot of classic rock, Bob Seger, Jim Croce, basically any kind of oldies from the 60s and 70s, I can pull it out.
All of the events are free. The concerts will continue throughout the night here in Chattanooga. Ahead on Live at 5:30, have you had problems connecting to the internet?
A lot of people have. People across the country reporting outages. We have details on what is causing the problem and how you can track the outages in your area.
My name is Angelica Partridge. I'm a web designer and brand coach. I help female entrepreneurs build bombshell brands that sell. There's really this huge entrepreneurial wave that's happening here in Chattanooga, and the big reason behind it is because we have some of the fastest internet in the country. I do a lot of live streaming and communicating via Skype with my clients. I have clients as close as Atlanta and as far as Australia. Being able to have super reliable internet that's really fast is a huge asset for me in my business. I love my EPV fiber optics.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial. Schedule an annual wellness checkup today at one of our more than 30 locations. Visit chimemorialmedicalgroup.org to find a physician near you.
Chattanooga police working an accident, north access at Lake Resort Drive, and heavy traffic. Still might run into that if you travel I-24 eastbound. Getting from downtown to that 75 split, still seeing some rush hour delays, about 11 to 13 minute commute time from downtown to 75. Plus, keep in mind the Wilcox Tunnel, they will be closing that tomorrow for maintenance between 8:30 and 4. From the US 101 Information Center, it's Mo, your Eyewitness News traffic.
Mo, thanks very much. What do you do when you can't use your phone and can't get onto the internet? Just like the old days, huh? This week, thousands of people lost their service for hours.
You complain. That's what you do. Well, even Facebook users have reported they cannot connect and they want to know what's going on. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker shows us what to do when you can't get online.
Not being able to connect to the internet or make a call from your smartphone isn't just an inconvenience, but these days, quite frankly, it's a little scary. And it's been a scary week for customers of AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint. But rather than making a phone call and sitting on hold, there is something you can do to find out what's going on. A couple of websites keep tabs on outages nationwide from virtually any companies offering internet services, including the major carriers, websites, TV, and online video games. You can see where outages are being reported and whether they're affecting hundreds, thousands, or just a few dozens of customers. The website people use the most is downdetector.com. You can report your own outage there with just a click. There's also a map of outages. If you see there's a widespread outage in your area, you know something is up and the company knows about it. Rather than calling, you can send your carrier a direct message in Twitter or Facebook Messenger. You can see those carriers are responding to tweets. This week's outages were primarily on the East Coast, and according to statements from the carriers, they were connectivity issues and have been repaired. Remember, weather can be a factor.
That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, and Spectrum customers have been reporting internet outages today, again, primarily on the East Coast. We are learning some breaking news about that airport attack on an officer in Michigan. The FBI is holding a news conference right now, and they are investigating the stabbing as an act of terrorism. A 50-year-old Canadian man has been charged. This all happened at an airport in Flint, Michigan. The officer is in critical condition this evening.
Let's head over to the Storm Alert Center because Paul wants to take us to Brooklyn. Introduce us to Brooklyn.
It's a great name, Brooklyn. Yeah, I love it. All right, this is Brooklyn Cheryl, all the way from South Pittsburgh. Brooklyn, tell me about your school. Where do you go to school, honey?
I go to school at South Pittsburgh Elementary.
And what grade are you in now? What grade are you going to go into?
I'm going to go into 4th grade.
4th grade, and who was your teacher last year?
Miss Thomas.
Miss Thomas, all right. It's too bad Miss Thomas did Miss Thomas ever find out you're going to be on TV?
No.
No, she probably didn't because you're out of school now. I know you like to do, what's your favorite subject in school? What do you like to do?
Reading.
Reading. You read a whole bunch of books. What was the one book you just finished, you told me?
Harry Potter.
You read Harry Potter and you're only 9 years, you just turned 9 years old? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And there's a whole other bunch of books you like to read too. Now tell me about, one of your favorite things to do.
One of my favorite things to do is play softball.
Softball, and you're on a team. Tell me about your team.
My team is called Bridgeport Boom Black, and right now.
Boom Black, that's scary.
Right now we're #1 team in Alabama.
Wow, that's good. What position do you play?
I play right center.
Right
and
center.
outfield.
All right. You a good hitter?
Mm-hmm.
You smack the ball pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you like doing that. What do you want to be when you grow up now?
A veterinarian.
A veterinarian. That's the #1 thing for kids. Most junior forecasters, that's what they want to be. And they usually tell me a veterinarian. Sometimes they tell me a weatherman or a weatherwoman, but veterinarian's pretty good. You can help me with this forecasting just a little bit? All right, let's take a look at some of the weather that's happening right now. We've got, looking at the radar, there's a few showers, most of them in the Blue Ridge Mountains, but showers are spreading from the south to the north, and they're moving over Chattooga County, over Somerville, approaching Tryon right now, and heading right towards Lafayette out in Walker County too. We pull back a whole bunch of rain from Birmingham to Atlanta and out towards Montgomery. Heavy rain. I think the heaviest is going to be a little further out to the west of us, though. New Orleans is getting hit pretty hard, and Mobile, Alabama is getting hit pretty hard. Severe thunderstorm watches going out into the Great Plains, too. Currently, it's 83 in the city, 84 Dayton, 82 Athens, and Cleveland, there's more clouds in Dalton at 79, 77 out near Murphy. High today was 84, 69 the overnight low, so the forecast worked out very well. No rain yet at the airport. There's a whole glob of rain coming in out of the south on Vipercast. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That rain spreads our way, so plenty of rain for tomorrow. The center of the tropical storm, Cindy, will be moving through Louisiana into Arkansas, then changing into what we call a depression, just a low pressure system as it moves towards Memphis, then heads towards Nashville. This is Friday at around 5 o'clock. in the afternoon. Friday evening, some really big thunderstorms may develop. We'll have to watch that. That could be interesting, as we say in the weather business. And then Saturday morning, showers end, and then drier weather moves in for the rest of Saturday, and more than likely, right into Sunday, things are looking pretty good, but we're going to see lots of rain. Vipercast is painting 3 to 5 inches. I think that's a little too much. I think 1 to 3 is more than likely around here. So Brooklyn's got the forecast coming up, and what's it going to be like, honey, for people who want to go out?
Tonight the clouds will increase and a few light rain showers will move in. Showers will be likely for Thursday.
All right, what about this weekend?
This weekend should see the end of the rain on Saturday with a very nice day on Sunday.
That's right, temperatures in the mid-80s, lower humidity. Wonderful weekend shaping up. And Brooklyn, you've got a big tournament this week, right? Or this weekend. You're supposed to be in Birmingham?
Mm-hmm.
It may rain down there, but they'll still get it in, right? You tell me they will.
Hope so.
They're very serious about it. All right. And if you win this?
We will be #1 team in World Series next week.
Go Brooklyn. And what's it, Bridgeport?
Boom Black.
Boom Black. I love that name. Isn't that great?
We have another one, which is Boom Red.
Boom Red, but you're the Boom Black.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a difference.
Get yourself a genuine celebrity over there. Good luck. Hope that rain stays away. It's no fun unless you get a little muddy anyway, is it? Thanks, Brooklyn. Some crazy video coming to us from the coast this afternoon. Tropical storm Cindy is threatening to take flash floods from Texas to Florida. The storm's whipping waves, pushing them on and through a pier in Gulfport on Mississippi's coastline. Nearby tides were at least 4 feet above normal, sending seawater there, inland, to areas where they're relatively used to tidal flooding. Have a look at this video, though. We have a look at a bus hanging onto the road just by the wheels. We'll tell you where this happened and what's going on next.
What the Tech is brought to you by
Gig City's only local provider of the fastest internet and sharpest HD TV, EPB Fiber Optics.
Some good news from Washington. Doctors have upgraded the condition of House Majority Whip Steve Scalise. The Republican is in fair condition now. That's according to doctors at a Washington hospital center. They say he's continuing, quote, to make good progress and is beginning an extended period of healing and rehabilitation, unquote. Representative Scalise was shot as lawmakers practiced for a charity baseball game in Northern Virginia last week. The bullet entered his left hip, tearing across his pelvis. It broke some bones and injured organs and blood vessels, too. Scalise has undergone several surgeries. He's expected to remain in the hospital for a while. Police officers shot and killed the gunman.
Belgium tightened security even more today, a day after a failed bombing at the Brussels train station put the nation on edge. In this video recorded just minutes after that attack, through the smoke, the suspected would-be suicide bomber appears to be on the floor. After the explosion, he was shot dead by soldiers. Europe has seen 3 attacks in 3 days, but Brussels police say the situation there is under control. Belgium has been on high alert since a suicide bombing last year that killed 32 people at the Brussels airport and a metro line. The latest pretrial hearing in the case of Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Bergdahl is accused of endangering comrades by walking off his post in Afghanistan back in 2009. A former Navy SEAL says his career was ended by a wound he suffered on a search mission to find Bergdahl. Prosecutors called retired Senior Chief Petty Officer James Hatch to testify. He said he was shot in the leg and feared bleeding to death on a search mission. Bergdahl is scheduled to go to trial in October on charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy.
And this video, commuter bus hanging off the side of the road after an accident just north of Denver, pretty much clinging by its wheels to the road. It is propped up by some trailers. Sheriff's deputies say the driver swerved to avoid a vehicle that had made what they called an incorrect turn. The bus then went down an embankment. It rode along a concrete wall before it tipped over there. At least 13 people were hurt. The good news is they are all expected to be okay.
Still ahead, milkshakes are getting a lucky ingredient at one restaurant. We'll have details after the break.
Perhaps dreams do come true. Burger King has introduced a hand-spun, soft-serve twist on one of America's classic breakfast cereals. It's a Lucky Charms milkshake. When served with all the premium ingredients, including marshmallow cereal-flavored syrup, soft-serve mix, whipped topping, and Lucky Charms topping. Stay away if you're on a diet, though, because altogether one of these will bring you 740 calories.